LoveLine.
LoveLine is meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. This is LoveLine. LoveLine. With Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Hey, everybody. It's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew is a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist. But more important, his biggest role, his greatest role besides playing the dad on the Olsen twins flop is actually playing father.
In real life.
That
is my greatest
to
role.
3 adoring children. It was Father's Day today.
It was nice, too.
What'd you do?
Hung out, and had a huge, ate from morning till night.
Yeah, that's what you want to do.
And as I was working out this morning, I thought to myself, wow, this is not what my wife would want to be doing on Mother's Day.
Hanging out and eating?
Not hanging out and eating, but I mean by myself in the gym. And then I thought to myself, you know something, the difference between Mother's Days and Father's Days. Mother's Days, they want you to wait on them. On Father's Days, we want them to leave us alone.
Right. That's all we ask for.
We just leave us alone. Just let us be.
It's all you need to know between men and women, like
right
what
there.
those 2 days are. Because look at it this way. There's Mother's Day and there's Father's Day. If you're from a different planet, it's basically, here's how you would explain it. Well, one, there's the parents, and one is the male and one's the female. And each year they get a day to be as they please. People take care of them. They shower them with gifts or cards. They whatever their whim is, that's what takes place that day. All right, well, let's find out.
Examine the Mother's Day.
It is grossly in favor of Mother's Day. Mother's Day.
Wait a minute, that's just different. It's just different. I wouldn't even put a valence on it.
Well, let's put it this way.
Yeah.
If you got to sleep in.
You can sleep in and work out. It's like,
and get left alone a little bit, that's considered a large victory for Father's Day.
Yes.
If you let them sleep in and exercise in the morning, they're going to be PO'd.
Very.
Yeah.
But that's not what they want. To be fair.
Yeah. But as a guy, too, also, the idea that you're, whatever it is, that whatever you open, whatever has a bow on it, you paid for. If it's got a bow on it, you bought it. So you could have got it yourself. There's that.
Well.
And then there's somebody made something for you at school, but that's a disaster because that looks like hell, and you have to keep your pens in it and display it.
You know
what I mean?
We had great food all day. Fabulous food.
Mm-hmm.
That was nice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What'd you eat? What'd you do?
Bagels and lox and egg frittatas and just ate and ate and ate and ate.
Who did
my wife organized it, my sister, too.
She brought it in.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so no big problems.
No, you all right? Did you go to see your dad?
I missed it this year.
Ho. Poor
dad.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I thought it was last week, actually. Isn't it?
But let's be honest, you're kind of angry with him.
Well,
that last phone call wasn't your favorite.
Yeah.
The $700 in closing fee.
Yeah. No, there's always something going on. Here's my feeling, really, as I really thought about it, and this is all anyone really has to do in life. Because, I missed Father's Day. I gave him a call. I told him to take him out to dinner.
That's good.
Later on in the week. But I really started thinking about it, and I thought, well, my dad as a dad he was a 4.
Oh, you give him a 4 now?
I give him a 4.
You moved up from previous evaluations.
Well,
just through the prism of today's point of view, I guess.
One is, drunken, pedophile, sexual abuse,
Right. I thought those were -3s.
No, yeah. I don't play.
You don't give -3 stars.
I don't give negative anything.
Okay, right.
I get -3 and 4 stars, but I don't give them.
I see.
My dad was a solid. He was a 4.
Okay.
He was a 4 minus.
After all, you are literally a millionaire.
Literally a millionaire.
So he must have done something right, or not screwed something up.
Yes.
I guess
he didn't pull out. Is what he did right. In 1964. That's what he did.
It's like
right.
on the SAT, you get a 200 for filling in your name.
I give my dad a solid 4.
Yeah.
Good guy now, but I just mean growing up as a dad, if you start bouncing and all that stuff, how many ball games, how much homework, how much, I give him a good 4.
And then let's face it, he's pushing the limits now, too.
Well, he wants a little money. But here's the thing. Here's what I realized.
Yeah.
And this lets you off the hook, and this is all anyone has to do in life. Assess what the guy was, or the girl was, or the boss was, or the girlfriend is, and then all you got to be is a 5 or 4.5. You
have to be a 5 in return.
I was in my expensive sports car driving the other direction from my dad's house today about noon, thinking to myself, Well, I'm at least a 4.5 as a son.
Yeah.
All right. He's a 4. I'm a 4.5. I don't have to be a 9. I just got to beat him.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do in life, everyone. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
If your partner's a pain in the ass and they're 4, you just be a 4.5 or a 5. All you got to be is a little bit better than the competition.
Except strangely, the way the human is, those with a dad that was who in fact was a 1, they feel like they need to be a 9.
Yeah.
For the child to feel like they need to be a 9.
Yeah, but if your dad's lucky enough to sort of hover around the middle somewhere, and I don't know what a 9 or 10, and I'm guessing Bill Cosby or Alan Thicke or someone else I saw playing a good dad on TV growing up. Maybe I was going to say the Brady dad, but turned out to be gay. So
what do you do?
You got to deduct 2 points. But here's the thing: if your dad's a 4, you be a 5. But if he's an 8, you got to be a 9. You know what I mean? You got to be. Your job's to treat him just a little bit better. Same with the mom. Same with the sister. Same with the boss. Same with everyone.
Good times.
Yes, Drew?
Good times.
What do you think of that?
That makes sense. Your numbers evaluations. The thing about you though, Adam, is if you lived 500 years ago, I think you would have been the Grand Inquisitor.
Really?
Yeah, you would have been doling out justice.
Really?
Your version.
Off with his head.
Oh yeah.
Hassan Chop. Okay. But do you agree with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, your numbers, your quantitative sense of justice is usually right on, or your quantitative interpretation of human behavior.
If your dad was a 4, don't kill yourself being an 8.
Yes, sir, Mr. Corolla.
Thank you. Amanda?
Caller who goes by Amanda.
All right, got a nice BJ question. Always breaks my heart to see those slip through the cracks. John?
Uh-oh. There we go.
Hold on. How does it go? I don't know. You know, I believe in the Great Magnet.
Yes.
I'm atheist, but I do subscribe to the Great Magnet theory. Why is it when we have one call that doesn't say anything or doesn't get through or whatever, the next call, there's always a form Mississippi before they answer just to make us assume there's something wrong with the line?
You would think that would be the one that would jump right in. I'm here. Don't hang up on me.
No, I just want to know in terms of the
but if there were anything that you would expect to happen, it would be the person listening would go, I'm here. Don't hang up on me.
Not even that. I just mean, I know what you're saying, but I just mean
it's so much farther the other way.
Cosmically, It's always far the other way, and it's always, we got a problem with the computer.
Yes.
Isn't that popped in your after
absolutely
after 2.5 Mississippi? You're like, we got a problem with the phone lines.
Phone's right.
Right.
So here's what it is. They're waiting for me to say this. First 10 callers that get on the air tonight will win an iTunes gift card valued at $99. Those of you that are 18 years or older, first 10, $99 in a gift card.
All right.
Amanda's back, by the way.
Yeah. See,
John.
Yeah.
Hold on. See, you snooze, you lose. Amanda.
Hi.
You're 19.
Yes.
What's up?
All right. I've been going out with my boyfriend for probably like 9 months now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know I've been going out for 9 months. So whenever I give him head, he's like really, really, really ticklish. And it kind of sucks because I really like to give head.
Mm-hmm.
But, and I was just wondering, like...
he complains of it being too intense from the moment you start?
Yeah, like, it's like, it's like too sensitive. It's like uncomfortable for him.
He's uncircumcised?
Yeah. Oh, no, he is circumcised.
Is he on medication? Weird.
And he's been circumcised his whole life?
Yeah.
Yeah, because once in a while I hear about someone who's not circumcised, it becomes too intense or overwhelming or something like that. But if Johnson's been splashing around his tough skins his whole life,
is he 6? No.
How old is he?
He's 23.
23.
And it's too sensitive.
All right, so either it's just sort of
freaks him out
a little bit, or it's just sort of nice way of him saying he ain't really that into it.
Or is it something she's doing that he's not? He doesn't have the nuts to tell her, this doesn't feel good. What you're doing doesn't feel right.
You have a sandy tongue?
No.
It's not a bad thing, though. Screw all those tongue piercings.
I don't want to hear what you do with
stuff.
the cats.
I'm just talking about. Drew, until you felt the loving caress of a
feline.
Amanda?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, don't do this. He's not, for whatever reason, he's not into
whether
it.
it's his wiring. Is anything we should know about him? Does he have any medical problems? Anything?
No. I mean, and I don't think it's anything I'm doing because, if any of...
Amanda, don't skip right over what I asked.
Listen, idiot. Nobody asked you if it's something you were doing.
Well, I did bring that up, but my question this time...
earlier you said, is there any medical problem?
Yes, that's what I want to know. Anything going on medically, injuries, medication?
No.
Was that a no?
No, there's nothing.
Nothing. All right.
All right.
So that's just him.
He ain't into it.
Yeah, for whatever reason.
Okay.
Sorry.
Does that break your heart?
A little bit.
Why?
Why?
You should be relieved.
You've dodged a bullet.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just something I enjoy doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, God bless you. And
Godspeed.
it's so sad that somewhere there's a guy who loves the hell out of this and can't get it.
I know.
And then there's Amanda who loves doing it
We
and can't be hooked up.
We can't put those together.
That's what I'm talking about.
What is it about life?
Yeah,
Maybe there is a place for these dating services.
Yes.
You like to,
No, look, believe me, the gays got that all figured out. What are you, Greco active? No, I'm a bottom. Oh, okay. Oh,
well, now that they have a bunch of stuff they put on themselves just to let you know.
Yeah, no,
I'm flags and devices and.
Yeah, no, I'm a Omega passive. Oh, okay. You're in the wrong line.
These guys.
You're in the brown bandana line. That's the wrong line. Yeah, they work it all out. You know why? Because it's guys.
Yeah.
It's guys in charge.
Yeah.
This ends if this is a guy. This is like, look, you're not into. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're breaking up. I got to get with a guy who enjoys whatever fill in the blank is. The blank could be my ass too, by the way. But gays don't do this. They're smart.
They don't put up with that. Why should they?
They speak freely. John?
Yeah, I'm here.
You're 18?
Yeah.
What's up?
I wanted to know if I've heard that loss of testosterone and like hormones in men could cause stretch marks, like make them more prone to stretch marks at least.
Loss of testosterone. Yeah, if you suddenly
not lost, like not having enough or whatever that means.
Well, this excess cortisol will cause stretch marks and sudden weight increase of any kind. Even if you've taken anabolic steroids like testosterone, it causes a sudden muscle growth. You'll get stretch marks.
Well, what about ointment type steroids like hydrocortisone or something?
No, not so much. They can cause more of a. They can, but more likely to cause a discoloration of the skin and blood vessels that kind of show up on the surface.
John.
Okay, but it can
Where are you going, John? That's be specific. You're so clandestine. You're like building a case. What is it you're doing that you want to know about?
Well, I want to know if it was excessive masturbation because you lose testosterone when you do that.
No, excessively you can drop off a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, sorry. Well, there's actually a sweet spot where it'll increase, testosterone will go up for masturbation.
Yeah.
And then if you really go too far, it can kind of head off the other side.
For me, it's 3.5 a day.
That's your sweet spot.
Yeah, the half is tough.
Yeah, but it's not going to cause stretch marks. Not unless you're gaining weight.
John.
Yeah.
John, junior college?
Yeah, actually.
Really?
But I'm on my way to UC Davis.
Of course,
almost 10.
On his way, then back to junior college.
200 short more years. He's on his way to UC Davis to pick up a brochure, and then it's back to junior college for another 40 years.
Yeah.
My cousin actually did the same thing. He's in UC Davis right now.
All right.
Oh, it's happened. Adam, how dare you?
All right.
Yeah.
There's one reported case.
Damn, what is I got recruited to play football at UC Davis.
I know that was good.
But damn, what the hell's the name of their team? It's driving me nuts. I used to see it on
Like a sage hen? No, wait a minute.
UC Davis. Now they got a weird name. Damn.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's an animal, yeah? Conquistador or something?
I'm going to figure it out. Ted?
Yeah.
Ted, you're 19.
Yep.
What's up?
I was watching Comedy Central the other day, and I saw your ugly mug up there for a new show that you got coming out or something like that. What is that about?
What is the impulse to say something like that?
Yeah, he's just
goofing?
joking. He's just joshing around. I got a show coming out on Comedy Central after The Daily Show in about a month and a half or something like that.
What time?
Really?
What
is it?
What time is The Daily Show on?
It'll be on at 11:30. My show will be on 11:30 to 12, half hour. It's sort of kind of like a Larry King type show. It's like a talk show, but not a big talk show. Yeah,
I'm excited, man. I was real happy to see that I was jumping around.
Jumping around. All right, Ted. Well, look, if you like me, you'll like the show, and if you don't like me, you'll hate the show.
There you go. Right.
Thanks, Ted. Yeah, that's what I was explaining to the executives the other day, where they were trying to figure out campaigns and where do we launch and who do we talk to and what about print ads and all that. And I was just like, look, if people like what I have to say, they'll watch a show. If they don't, they're not.
You saw my thing. They had a huge launch, ads everywhere. Same number with the launch as the next week without the launch. Same number. It actually went up a little bit.
None of those do anything. I don't really know. There's a certain percentage of life that really doesn't go one way or the other. It just costs money.
But you are obliged to do.
You're obliged to do it.
Some Geneva Convention has decided this must go on.
It's the parsley by the side of the plate at the restaurant. You never eat the parsley. You just sort of look at it. Usually just sort of knock it off the side of the plate, but yet they put it there.
It's frightening not to do it. What if we could have made a difference by doing it? If things flop, what if you could have made a difference?
Well, it's more like we have a whole floor in this building dedicated to doing this. So they need to do this.
The Aggies.
And you're like, well, the Aggies.
Because everyone's calling.
UC Davis Aggies.
Thanks. And thanks, Anderson. The Aggies is UC Davis's team. And here's the thing. If you don't do this, then you're out of a job. Like, we got to close this floor down. So don't worry about whether it works or not. And let's not even look into it. And by the way, there's no way to ever figure it out.
Yep.
I can tell you that, movie posters put up does not really, the amount of posters you see, the amount of commercials you see, doesn't really change things that much. I don't think there's any quantitative difference there. And as a matter of fact, here's a good argument, Drew. Mm-hmm. If you see something you don't like, you'll go, screw that.
You might avoid it because you see something, you might be as likely to avoid, you mean?
Well, let's look at it this way. Let's say there was a car you really hated.
Yeah.
Or a chick you really thought was unattractive.
Yeah.
And somebody said, Drew, I want you to buy this car. So I'm going to put it on every billboard. Well, every time you passed it, you just hate it more. You go like, now I'm definitely not getting that car. Or I'm definitely not going on a blind date with that chick because I've seen it and I don't like it.
Yep.
How many times do you see movie advertisements or TV new show launches where you just look at it and you go, oh, that looks like a flaming turd.
Yeah.
I'll definitely not be seeing that one.
Or not only that, if you see a lot of stuff, you go,
Yeah, something feels like overcompensation. Yeah. But that's all I'm saying. You could probably dissuade people from watching your thing just from them watching and going, I don't like that guy.
People are pretty savvy, you know what I mean, about what they're seeing.
Yeah. It's all just part of you got to do it. You know what I think it is, too? I think it's for the talent half the time. Half the time.
To make you feel like you're...
Yeah, not you. But, I mean, if you're doing a new sitcom with Jennifer Aniston, you have to do a bunch of stuff so Jennifer Aniston feels good about it.
Mm-hmm.
Going, we're giving a big launch.
Mm-hmm. We're getting behind you.
We're buying that. Yeah, we're getting behind. We believe in it. We're getting behind you, so we're going to waste a bunch of money on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. Alex?
Yeah, hello.
18?
Yeah, I'm 18.
What's up? Virgin?
Yeah. I'll be honest. But first off, actually, you knew I was a guy. I'm surprised.
Okay.
Everyone thinks I'm a girl at first.
When I hear a dude that sounds like a chick, I hear virgin. I don't hear chick.
All right. What's the question, Alex?
Okay. Currently, this has happened to me.
Chicks don't say hello. That doesn't sound like Mr. Mooney.
No. I'm sorry. I just heard a big static thing, and I was like, what happened? Did they disconnect me or something?
Okay.
Here we go.
What's up?
Okay. I'm on several medications, and one of them is missing. I'm out of it, and the pharmacy is a pain in the ass. But did I cut the line? No? Okay, anyways. It's a pain in the butt to get a new medication, so I'm out of it for like at least another week, I'm guessing.
Why is it a pain in the neck?
Because it's just that I don't know. It's like you call it in. They've actually lost it at times.
So you didn't order ahead of time. You ran out before you reordered.
Order while we still have like a week left, and then like they either lose it or like it just isn't there. Or
all right. And so what's the medication?
This one right now is Seroquel.
Yeah, you're gonna be fine. There's no withdrawal from that, but you can get. How much do you take of that?
Oh, I don't know. Two pills at night.
And how much in each pill?
Huh? Oh, I don't.
It comes in 50s, 100s, 200s.
Do they have numbers on them?
It should say Seroquel 100 milligrams.
It's in the triple digits. I know that.
All right, so it's probably 100 milligrams. So
it's two of them.
Yeah, you're going to be all right. You might have some trouble sleeping, and you might feel a little agitated off it.
3 days off. Yeah, 3 days without sleep.
What's up, Alex?
Maybe? Huh?
What's he got going in his life?
Bipolar,
There you go.
OCD,
bipolar.
ADHD, Korea's form. I've been something about dysgraphia, but that's not psychological. I don't
Well, the
think.
Korea form thing is more of a Tourette's. Tourette's, they sometimes
Yeah,
do this
it's
kind
related.
of thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They
like
call it a
interpretive
dance or
dance.
something.
Interesting.
St. Vita's dance.
Interesting. Hey, Alex.
Instead of spastic,
Alex, quiet down. Quiet down. You sound smart in
World
even
War II aircraft.
World War II aircraft. Good.
Nice.
Messerschmitt 262, my favorite first jet-propelled aircraft ever.
This is
Yeah.
the advantage of being OCD.
Yeah, you just sit home and read. Well, it's also the
That's
advantage
funny.
of not getting laid. You get smart. You got
Yeah, you got to put that energy somewhere.
God says to 17-year-old males, you want to be smart or you want to get laid? Most guys just run right for the
No,
laid.
they all raise their hand that
Yeah,
way,
like,
but then
we're
he goes,
going for the laid.
nope, sorry. You back there, back to the
He
smart.
ends up kicking 80%. Yeah. I was the idiot who didn't go either direction. I just stood there like I'm. You know what? I'm kind of on the. And then they just slammed both cages, and I couldn't get into either
And that's
one.
when you became an atheist,
That was
right? Then you lost all
stupid
faith
and
in
not
God.
getting laid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right, let's take a
Awesome.
break, shall we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Before you start crying.
Medication. Oh man, what is it, Drew? What is the deal with the pharmacists in this city? Is there some sort of law that says not only can you not speak a lick of English, but I can't recognize what you are? You know what I mean? Like if I carry a ethnicity laminate in my wallet. I like to break it down.
A little cheat sheet.
Yeah, let's see. There's a difference between Mexican and Nicaraguan. Did not know that. But, it has all the big one. It has the big, like the top 20 on there. These people are not in the top 200. I have no idea what the national. I don't think they do either. And whatever broken form of whatever they're speaking, it's always difficult to understand. And it's just crazy. But what is that, Drew? Who made it a law that pharmacists can just have they don't resemble anything you've ever seen?
Only in Southern California.
Is that only in Southern California?
Yeah.
Because then I go home. And I turn the TV on, and there's old Pops Madison there, and he's got his bifocals, and he's looking down, and he's going, I just looked on my charts, and it says here you're diabetic. You don't want to take this. Let me go ahead and mix you up something. And then I go to my guy, and I got the Johnny Quest villain guy screaming at me in some broken tongue. I have no idea what's going on.
Even. That's good.
Oh, I did find a guy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Usually it's
usually crazy chick.
diminutive.
Yes. Drew, these are people, obviously they're intelligent. Here's my theory with all pharmacists.
All right.
They are doctors or something close to
In their
it
other
in their
country.
other country.
Yes.
They're amazingly well-educated people in their other
they came
country.
here and did a 4-year
They came
program.
over here. Nobody could understand what the
Yes.
F they were saying,
Yes.
and they couldn't be physicians because people had no idea. They couldn't communicate with them, but yet they had these degrees.
So they did a 4-year program here.
So they did a 4-year program here. The Rite Aid in Hollywood hired them, and now I can't understand a thing they're saying.
There you go.
Is that what that had to be of what happened,
For
right?
a period of time, that probably is that period of history, yeah.
Like 750 years,
Yeah,
as far as I can tell.
Roughly, yes. Give or take.
I guess it's better than some hot chick in there, some like hot blonde, and you're in there trying to get the herpes cream, and they're like, "Whoa, big weekend."
Well, Mr. Corolla.
Is that crab? Does that crab shampoo come in a tub, or is it just a squeeze applicator?
Well, for you, Mr. Corolla, you may require the tub, but don't forget the little comb.
We have a dipping barrel. Yeah. No, I don't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Drew.
I hear you.
Probably better yet. Probably better off this way, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Same reason you used to buy your condoms in Koreatown, yes? Chinatown.
Yeah.
Pardon moi. We'll take a quick break. Wait a minute. Can we go to break? What are you doing with all those condoms?
You sell to friends? No, I'm horny. Don't I know you?
Yeah, Drew
All right,
scoring
there you
condoms
go.
in Chinatown. We'll take quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Dude, you got issues.
Call LoveLine.
1-800-LOVE-191.
Hey, everybody. It's LoveLine.
And give you the finger.
Producer Ann at the helm tonight. let me tell you something.
The engineering helm, that is.
The engineering helm. She's normally at the helm of the helm, but now this is like a ship, and she's the captain, and she doesn't
Take the wheel that often.
No, she will. She takes the wheel, but if she's got to go down the engine room,
oh yeah,
and grease some bearings,
and get the navigation system up,
or go down to the galley,
she'll do it,
and start rattling them pots and pans.
What's she
yes,
doing?
Anderson.
I'm confused.
What's she doing?
Yeah, why is she doing that?
Something.
She's doing Chris's job tonight.
Which is
Don't
nothing,
say Chris's job. It makes it seem like anyone can do it.
Well, why is she
She's
doing
doing
that? What happened to
Michelle's job. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
In Ann's own word, she can even pot herself up.
Throw your
Look at
mic on
this.
there.
Yeah.
This one says announcer, A-N-N.
Yeah.
Michelle knows it.
A-N-N.
What
A-N-N.
happened? Michelle's not here. Rick is here.
There she is, yeah.
Somebody didn't show up for work.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Why don't you explain to them what the job is, Ann? That'd be good.
Chris's job.
It's actually quite difficult.
Yes.
You have to push 2 buttons, and that's about it.
Yeah. But then what about 30 seconds in the show when Anderson yells, "Turn the guest up!" Then, you have to pot up
will
the
you
guest.
do that for me, Anderson?
Yeah, I already did it. I said turn Drew up. You didn't hear me?
That
Yeah,
was before
that
she
was
sat
before
down.
I
that
took
was
over.
before, yeah.
No, that's good. Everything's perfect right now.
Well,
All right.
thanks.
Well, there you go. And I don't know if this is... there's no unions, is there? Shouldn't radio engineers be in some kind of union? They have unions?
Yeah.
I think
How
we all
can
hate
Chris
each other
be-
too much.
How can Chris be in a union get $10 an hour?
Must not be a union.
All right.
At least not one that would have Chris or Anderson.
Let's... whoa.
I'm just saying.
Wow,
No.
I'm just saying. I don't mean that.
Hey, we're just hearing, brother.
Ken, 26.
All right. I'm already bothered. Bipolar,
No.
OCD, Germany, Florida, Oxycontin,
Oxytocin.
Kelsey,
Yes.
you're 22.
Yeah.
Kelsey's one of those names for a chick that could go hot but could go south, too. You
It's an
don't know.
Old,
I went
old
hot,
name.
so
Oh, you went hot.
yes.
What do you look like?
Let's see. I'm 5'8". Well, I normally have brown hair, but it's kind of got like blonde in there right now, and I'm very pretty. I get told a lot I look like Julie Roberts, but
Wow.
I don't see it. But I've got that kind of look.
You're
now.
fat.
Well, why can't you see it, by the way, when someone tells you? A lot of people tell you look like this person.
I just don't think I do.
Well, I've been described by Jimmy as an ugly Pete Sampras many times. I don't know why I put the word ugly in front of there so you look like Pete Sampras.
You look like him. I never thought of that.
All right, but I don't go, oh, no.
How dare you?
Yeah, I go, all right, well, he's got nappy hair and a big eyebrow and his dark
Oh, no, I take
complexion.
it
All
as
right.
a compliment, and I thank them. But
All right, Kelsey,
I
what
don't
is
wanna
the
be
question? Here we
Huh?
go. Here, let's go. What's the question?
Okay, so I've got 2 weeks left to go in my pregnancy,
Go, boy.
and I'm wondering if there's any way other than sex I can get my body to make like big amounts of oxytocin, or if there's
Why?
any other way I can.
Whoa.
speed
What's
up
the
the
process?
process.
Hang on. What's the problem?
I want to go into labor. Like,
Does that get you into labor?
No.
Drew, is that what women produce when they have sex?
Yeah.
They think they produce?
Yes. I mean, it helps. It's sort of a bonding hormone. When you have the baby, you'll be flooded with that hormone. But look, you'll be.
isn't that what they give you, or some
Yeah.
type of it to?
Look,
when they inject
Kelsey.
you?
Kelsey,
Yeah,
when are you due?
July 5th.
All right. That's when the baby's going to come. Just relax.
Why do you want to have? I mean, I
You don't-
understand
you don't
you're
wanna have it-
uncomfortable,
yeah,
but
you
you don't want to have it prematurely,
I'm
do you?
extremely- Yes, I do. I'm so uncomfortable, and it's so hot, and he's huge.
Oh, really?
He's going to be like a 9-pound baby.
Are you diabetic?
What?
Are you diabetic?
No.
No, he's not going to be 9 pounds.
Who else?
No, they
Whose kid?
just said from the ultrasounds that if he keeps growing the way he is and I go full term, he's going to be like 8.5 pounds. So.
Yeah, maybe 8.5 pounds.
Do you have another kid?
No.
Oh, who's that in the background?
Oh, that's my niece.
Oh, how old is she?
She is 4.
Yeah, an induction,
What's
Kelsey.
she doing? Why are you living with your niece?
Oh, well, my sister and I live together, so.
Why?
By the way. Why are you living with your niece? Oh, her and her mom. My mom and I live together.
Yeah.
Yeah, no ass. What'd she do? Drop out of, what do you do? Kindergarten or playtime or nap time? She dropped out. She's on her own. She's
Living with her auntie.
she's driving. She's got a permit to operate heavy machinery, but she's on disability right now.
I'm imagining something more like that girl.
No, I'm talking about the 4-year-old.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Going to the city on her own.
Yeah, Kelsey. Okay.
We all live together. So,
Oh, I see. Why?
yeah.
Why?
I don't know. We always have. So it just.
Well, everyone always lives with their siblings until they smarten up and move out.
And have a family of their own.
Right.
We will eventually. I mean, when I get married and stuff, I'll go.
Why aren't you married now?
Why aren't I?
No,
No,
why
no.
isn't your 3-year-old niece married?
Oh, my sister. She was.
Does your sister have a husband?
Well, this is a tricky question, Ab. How dare you? Trick
Give
question.
her a few minutes.
Okay,
No,
give her
divorced.
breath.
Yes?
So
Divorced. All right.
And how about you?
me, no. I haven't
What's it-
found one yet. I chose Mr. Wrong, so.
All right. So what's up with you two? You just your thing is you're just gonna. How old's your sister? Is she older?
Yeah.
A couple years older?
25. Yeah, just a couple.
They're just going to have a little farm.
Yeah, we guys just sit around, crank out kids, and live together.
Yeah.
What's up? Where's your dad? Is he gone? Is he out of the picture?
Your abusive abandoned.
My dad? Oh, I
Yeah.
never knew my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah, the circle of life.
Yeah.
Proves itself again.
Hakuna Matata. Your kids won't know their dads, and neither will your sister. So it's awesome.
No, they do.
They do.
No, they won't.
Yeah.
Where's? How's your
You
kid?
said it yourself. You're going to get married and have a family, and that's it.
Who you get married to?
I haven't found him yet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm guessing that's not the guy who got you pregnant, unless he's built some sort of time machine.
No.
So your kid's not going to know his dad. That's fine.
No,
it's
he
just.
will.
Where is he? Where's the dad?
The kid's dad?
Yes.
The baby?
Yes. Please.
Oh,
Oh, my.
he lives.
Your kid, your child.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, please, Kelsey, do me a favor.
Oh, my.
Do not go home from the hospital with your child. Go to the junior college and just shove the kid in the mail slot. That's it. Get them started early, because I can smell junior college from like 300 nautical miles. Kelsey,
Yes.
the person that got you pregnant, he's a man.
Yeah.
You're looking like a man.
He looking like a man. Now, where is he?
Well, he lives here, and we're going through issues right now. But
Do you think you may marry him?
no,
How dare you? Why would she? Why in the
But he
world?
lives with you.
no,
Oh, he lives here.
we're
You
not
mean
together.
you mean Earth?
no, we're not together.
I know, but where
You said he lives here.
He lives in the same town as me and stuff, and
same town. All right.
Yeah.
Well, at least that's refreshing. He might run into the kid somewhere on the street, although they won't recognize
No,
each
of
other.
course
But
not.
I think a father has an instinct about that.
Sure.
All right. So I'm just curious how the guy who fathered your child is going to know your child. You're going to share custody.
I'm not sure yet. I mean,
Okay. All right.
And this whole deal about you taking over your pregnancy and inducing labor, a horrible idea. Kelsey, you should not be making decisions like that. You follow the direction of people who know what they're doing, and that's that.
Yeah.
Same thing is true with your child once it's born. Have a pediatrician, take care of the child, do what they tell you to do, and that's it.
Yeah. And we'll see if this guy makes the
Kelsey didn't
kid's
even-
third birthday.
Didn't even go to junior college.
No, but I'm saying, God willing, the kid does.
Yeah. It was,
But
things improve generation to generation a little bit.
I'm starting to figure out the average time spent in a junior college is like 26 years. But if you go ahead and shove your kid through the mail slot when the kid's 6 weeks old,
They can finish at 26.
they finish at
Yeah.
26
Yeah.
instead of at 44. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Good plan.
No, you know what? No, I'm not kidding. Ben,
Literally.
I'm literally not kidding.
You're literally shoving kids through the mail slot.
Shove the fetus through the mail slot.
Hey, Adam.
Yeah. No, wait a minute. Cut out the middleman. You birth into the mail slot.
Just have
at the
birthing
junior
slots.
college.
Okay.
Birthing slots. That's
and
right.
just held up a sign about the iTunes. She'd like me to mention that again.
Go ahead.
So first 10 callers, that would be Kelsey amongst them, wins an iTunes gift certificate worth $99 if you're 18 or older
Yeah.
tonight.
I get the feeling if Kelsey heard music coming from a small object, she'd
She'd
try to
freak out.
pry it open and let the band out. All right. Let's not be... Drew, come on. Let's go.
Come on. You're being
Kelsey
abusive.
sounds
What
like
are
a
you talking
delight.
about?
Yes. I listen to my iPod all day today. It's a wonderful device. Ben,
Yeah.
you're 20.
Yep.
You have an ingrown toenail.
Yeah, for about 11 years now.
Well,
Off
some of
and
those tend to be sort of genetically based. These
How's
sort of,
that work?
There's just some people have. One of my sons has this too. His nails just sort of genetically set up that way. Sometimes they even curl in.
They just grow into the skin.
That's just the way you're set up.
Is that called ingrown?
See, that was
Yeah.
another one of my questions if I could have inherited, because I know like I've had uncles,
Yeah.
grandfathers, same problem.
Yes, it is a genetic disorder, and basically the treatment is either pulling the whole nail out or at least cutting the part off that's ingrown.
I'm amazed at the percentage of people that have funky feet.
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird thing because not that many people have funky ears. You know what I mean? I mean,
Well, your ears develop.
see a guy
ears
with a
develop
weird
at the
ear.
same time as your kidneys. Interestingly, so people have kidney problems, have ear problems.
Oh,
But the feet is
really?
a thing that develops late in the periphery, and
Well,
you know.
it's the fetus.
Fetus. See,
Right?
Yeah.
Well, here's what I'm saying. Women and men, even beautiful women, you see their feet sometimes like, whoa, what goes on here? What happened here? And I see a lot of people like funky flat. You know, I see the people with the second toe that's like an inch longer than the big toe, and weird angles, weird stuff. And I'm amazed at the percentage of people that just have strange looking. And I guess there's plenty of opportunity for God to F up, because you got the 10 digits down there, you got the 10 digits upstairs. That's 20 things that go wrong, where here's only 2 things that could really go wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My
Developing late too.
my wife was just, my wife said the other day, she said, give me your hand. So I took my hand, she took my fingers, and she like threw them back at me and went like, "Puh." And I went, what's the problem? She said, no problems. Nothing she can cut or pick or
Right.
push or tame. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I started realizing I have beautiful fingernails. Look at that.
Oh my God,
Damn.
Adam, I'm
Look at
taken
this.
with
Look at
that.
this. It's beautiful, pristine.
We have
yes?
to go. We have to go to the bathroom.
Pristine, yes.
Let's go. Come on.
And let me tell you something about nails too. Same thing as all this other crap. Not a cuticle stick. Never soaked in anything. It's either you have good nails or you have bad nails. Everything, Drew. BO, bad breath, everything.
Genetics,
Just genetics. Some people stink. Some people have bad nails. Some people's hair falls out.
but good times.
Yeah, but is it the shampoo or how they brush or how they bathe? Is it any of that stuff? Now let's look at the toes, Drew.
No.
Look at the toes. Nice looking. They're attractive, yes? Attractive toes.
Ooh, little smell.
A little smell, but you know.
Oh, we got a little bit of the ingrown stuff.
I was working
here.
out. Little
A
ingrown?
little bit of the curling in stuff.
Little bit.
It never bothers you though, huh?
No.
You never wear shoes. You wear
That
sandals. all the time.
doesn't feel like anything, though. They're nice,
They
though,
look
right?
youthful.
They're youthful.
Yeah.
They're good-looking
Yeah.
feet. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The other
Like
one's
Pete
fine,
Sampras,
too.
ugly Pete Sampras' feet.
I didn't know, if Pete Sampras had ugly feet, that's what I didn't know that most people's feet were different sizes, either.
What do you mean different sizes?
From
one another. Oh, yeah.
from one another.
Oh,
Not world's populace,
Yes.
me and Asian women. I thought we're all like 11 and a half.
Yes, from one another, yes.
Yeah, like a half off.
Yeah.
I didn't figure that out until like 6 months ago.
Are yours the same exactly?
No, they're half off.
Yeah.
So I would randomly try a shoe on and go, oh, this 10 and a half is way too tight, because I would try it on my
The big
11 foot.
But you
and
want to
then-
do the big foot though, because
Yeah, but I didn't know it until 6 months ago. The next time I would try the 11 on the 10 and a half foot and go, these are too sloppy. See, I'm an idiot. All right. Drew, you know the name of the thing that measures your foot?
no.
Brannick device.
Brannick. Interesting.
Brannick device.
Well done.
Yeah. We will take ourselves a little break. When we come back, we'll talk to Vanessa as hairy nipples. See, bad hand.
Mm-hmm.
All that after this.
LoveLine.
Okay, wait. My hair.
We'll be right back.
Hey, everybody. It's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Tonight, our guest, and the reason... Oh, sorry, I didn't bring Justin up. Justin Long's here from Herbie, the Love Bug. Fully loaded. It's just Herbie fully loaded. I don't think it's Herbie the Love Bug. When we were growing up, Drew, I think it was Herbie
Yes,
the
it was.
Love Bug. But Justin had a little trouble with the car service, and tonight was the big premiere. Yes.
Yeah, it was. I'm sorry, by the way, that it was out of my hands, and you know these car services.
It's all is forgiven. I didn't plug Justin because I wasn't sure if he was going to make it in or not.
Yeah.
But here he is, and we're tickled pink, are we not?
Yes.
Justin, I know him best from Jeepers Creepers and Jeepers Creepers 2 because I love that kind of stuff. But you may know him from Crossroads, which was another movie, by the way. And I didn't know you could do this. I mean, that's the Britney Spears thing. But the point is there was another movie with Ralph Macchio called Crossroads. It was made in like 88 or 7.
He's like a country singer.
He was like a blues singer.
And I'm often compared to Ralph Macchio. Anyway.
Oh, you're
spitting image.
I'm today's Ralph.
You're
Macchio.
today.
I
Well,
wish I was.
When Macchio left the scene, there was a huge void left behind him, and Justin's here to fill that void.
I'm trying. It's very flattering.
Drew's done the same thing, except for with a boring guy. A boring guy left, celebrity. I don't know who it was. There was an opening, and Drew slid in. Yes, when Gutenberg left, Drew slid in.
There you go.
The show, the movie, I should say, Herbie Fully Loaded, starts June 22nd. Is that this Friday? Thursday?
I think it's a Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wednesday release. And it's a Disney movie, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
And you got the still redheaded at the time, Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, she was still in the red phase.
How's she doing? Diane Keaton? Michael Keaton. Sorry.
Diane Keaton, yeah.
Got
Diane Keaton stopped by a few times. Wanted to be in the movie.
Well, she saw her name on a trailer and just decided to head in. And what about Matt Dillon? How's he to work with?
Matt Dillon was great, man. You know, he's a little. He's done a lot of things in his day, so he's a little. He's great though. I'm a big fan. I loved him.
I'm digging his brother in Entourage, by the way.
Yeah.
I enjoy that show. I know people think I'm a lightweight because I enjoy it.
No, I heard it's a good show.
It is a good show, but it's one of those shows that people are kind of like they're sheepish about admitting they like it. But it's good. What the hell?
It's like Us Weekly.
Yeah, you'll read it.
You can admit it.
Yeah, you'll pick it up. So the movie, and what's your role in the movie? What's your part in the movie?
I'm sort of like the dude. I guess it's just her friend, her maybe love interest, kind of G-rated lover.
Did you get to kiss?
We kiss. We G-rated kiss.
So you kissed Britney Spears and you got Lindsay Lohan?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Hey,
got Lindsay Lohan.
Up top, you can't see this, but I'm trying to high five.
Yeah, no, Drew.
Yeah.
Pow.
There we
nice
go.
job, Drew.
Well done.
I was watching my Entertainment Tonight, and Hillary Duff. I've had a secret.
I'm dying to work with her.
Crush on for many years now.
Well, you don't know what that means.
Yeah, taboo kind of crush on her. Found out,
you know what?
Found out she was going out with one of the lead singers of the
Good Charlotte.
Good Charlotte. Oh. And I thought, I got to start a band. Yeah, one of our Good Charlotte buddies. Yeah. It's like, you ogre, stay away from my beauty. Should have pictured him with his eyeliner and his big gut and schnoz. And I thought, God, if you want to know why to start, you know why? This is why you got to get in a band, everybody. I mean, nothing wrong with the Good Charlotte boys. Yeah, just get in a band. Yeah. I mean, I was just looking at my, pristine blonde-headed princess, and she's with this guy, and I thought to myself, this is why you get in a band. You remember the Good Charlotte boys?
Oh yes,
nice guys.
Yes,
but not
remember. Well, I forget which one that we said. He said, "I love this show. I would do it every night." We go, "Come back whenever you want." You show up the next night.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's true.
Because I'd come back every night. And we go, "Yeah, come back every." Hey, show up the next night.
Yeah. We go. You gotta watch.
We didn't mean that literally.
Yeah, but that was about a year ago or so. Yeah. Well, we like the Good Charlotte guys, but I mean,
Benji did that. Yeah.
Benji did that.
I think Joel is the one.
I think his brother
getting
Joel
his hands on Hillary.
is putting his grubby paws all over my beautiful Hillary Duff. Yes. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. She was going to stay pure for me, or at least that's how that's part of the note that I made when I just cut out letters from newspaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take a call.
You want to take a call?
Yeah. No call.
No call? No call? No call? You don't want to take a call?
No calls.
Well, guess what, brother? Guess what that earned you? Pow, we're taking a phone call. What do you think of that?
I'm hurt.
Try to control me?
Devastated.
Vanessa?
Yes.
You're 19?
Oh, God, you guys just got me right when I'm in the toilet room.
Wow.
The toilet room.
You're in the toilet room. That just sounds like a living room with a toilet in it.
We're playing Clue.
So, do you have nipple hair?
Yes, like 5 of them.
Speaking of Hillary Duff.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know.
Too much information. Yeah, that's a normal and a common thing there, Vanessa.
I know. Okay. Like if you shave them, will it like be worse, or should I wax them?
How about you pluck them?
Yeah, if it's only 5 of them, you might as well kind of pluck them. But there are electrolysis and laser and other things that can be done if they get to be more recalcitrant.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you were to wax them, would that like irritate the areola?
No.
Yeah, you could do it. Oh, you wax your bikini area.
Wouldn't that?
Yeah.
I mean, is that too sensitive an area to wax?
I mean, wouldn't it rash?
I have sensitive nipples, yes, and it's drool.
Yeah, even you pluck yours with great regularity.
Oh, my nipples? Yeah. That's my thing. Yeah.
But I think plucking might be a little less traumatic to
I
the
go
area.
plucking.
Yeah.
I tried to pluck something this weekend, and I have
from where?
I had a hair growing out.
How did I ask that?
I had a hair growing out of my ear. Get at it. And here's the thing. Bad tweezers. Is there anything worse than bad tweezers? And they're the crappy ones that are sort of, they're not machined at the end. They're just sort of cast.
Yeah.
You know, and the ends are sort of small and round, and you think to yourself, who invented these goddamn things? I want to kill them like on your 5th try, and then right back into the drawer. They should be thrown away. That's what I realized.
My wife has a series of those tweezers that you could do neurosurgery with.
Oh, really?
Oh, absolutely.
I got to get some of those.
Fitted stuff, and yeah.
Oh, there's like a snow blower and a grappling hook that blows out of one. You can rappel down a building.
It's more the sort of hand fitted in your hand and surgical, aircraft steel.
Is there any like I don't know if it's worse. I don't know what's worse, bad scissors or bad tweezers. But is there anything that is less gratifying to use where you can't
where they
get
don't
at
connect?
something? Yes, they're sort of rounded off, and you're trying to about
like
your
a Swiss Army knife.
Your 28th try on the same hair, and you realize maybe it's not me. Maybe it's these tweezers, but I need to throw them away. I put them back in the drawer, and then I use them a month later. All right, Justin Long is here tonight from Herbie, fully loaded.
Yeah. Hairy nipples abounding.
Yeah. Go ahead and use a little duct tape, rip those right off. And if the nipple comes off on the duct tape, you got to stick it back on, and then leave the duct tape on until the thing heals. Yeah, that's the thing.
I'm curious, Vanessa, have you tried anything to get rid of that?
No. I'm going with no. Just pluck them. Don't shave them.
Yeah.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
All right, guys, here's the deal. Looking to hook up? Call the Dateline. Sick of wasting time with the wrong person? Call the Dateline. 1 call's all you need to make. Call the Dateline.
1-877-889-DATE.
If you need help,
Call LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE-191.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Justin Long is here tonight from Herbie, fully loaded. The Donnas later on this week. Bad Religion later on this week. And the Foo Fighters later on this week. Wow.
Nice.
All good bands.
Much better than me.
No. Well, musically, yeah, but there's no way one of those Donnas could have played a VW. I'll tell you that right now.
I don't know.
The one is a little heavy set, but I don't think car size, Drew.
No.
That's unrealistic right there. The original Herbie, the Love Bug, they probably made like, what'd they make, 3 of them? 2 of them? How many did they make?
They made 4.
4 of them.
4 or 5. There's a TV one a couple of years ago with Bruce Campbell, the guy with the big chin.
But the movie, sure. Yeah.
Don Knotts
Army
was
of
in one.
Darkness.
Yeah.
He's a cult classic.
The very first one is one we all think of, I think.
The theater. In the theater.
Yeah, and that was with that guy that was also in all those Disney films. What was his name?
Yeah.
Dean Jones?
Dean Jones was in everything.
Yes.
But Don Knotts was in. Buddy Hackett was like the mechanic.
Yeah.
And
I believe even the guy that played the dad in Mary Poppins.
Yes.
Was in that. He was a Rolls Royce dealer, as I recall.
The one with the little mustache.
Yes.
And they're really, back in the day, there were like 9 actors. Drew, don't bounce in on the mic.
No, there were like 5 that worked for Disney.
There were 5 that worked for Disney and 9 overall.
Yeah.
There was like 4 bikers. And they did like every Clint Eastwood movie. There's a fat guy with the beard, you know.
And there was 8 bad guys Western.
And they were all like Shakespeare trained, like very gay. Like.
And anytime you did a movie where you needed a biker or Western guy, it was always the same guy. Mm-hmm. And you just kind of got used to seeing him. And after a while, I just figured, well, that's the biker. He's a biker. He's a biker in every movie. But
Nigel Covington.
Herbie was probably, what, Drew? Late 60s?
Ooh.
Justin, don't you have to do some homework on
68,
this?
69.
Yeah.
I got a question they said, it was the second highest grossing movie that year, like 68, 69. I said, what's the highest? And they said, I was like, is it The Graduate? I thought it was The Graduate. They said Butch Cassidy and the Sundance.
I would have put it the same year as Butch Cassidy.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Oh, you would have?
Yep.
Well, why'd you make the ooh when I... So
I just put it the same year. I don't know what year that was.
Oh, Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid was probably like 71 or 72.
I think it was 68. No,
Oh, really?
69.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, maybe I saw it later
Great
on.
year for movies.
Yeah, Herbie and Butch Cassidy.
Yeah, what was that? The things used to stay in the theater for like 2 years.
I think things used to come back in the
Yes,
theater
yes,
5
yes.
years later, too.
Mm-hmm.
Because
there's
people...
no DVD, no VCR.
Yeah, it'd be like, you've not seen Rosemary's Baby?
It's coming back.
Well, it came out in 65, and now it's 75. It's back out again, or whatever. They would just bring stuff back.
Yeah.
I don't think they do that anymore. All right. So where were we, Drew?
Do it Germany or Florida.
Oh, Germany or
Oh, wait,
Florida.
I got to tell them about the 10 callers tonight
Oh,
that
go
have gotten an iTunes gift card valued at $99. Those over 18 will get a $99 iTunes gift card.
Justin went to Vassar College, by the way, Drew.
I know that.
Drew loves colleges.
Really? Have you been to Vassar? It's great place.
My niece went there. No, I went to Amherst, and so I left all the small schools.
One of those schools that we all wanted to get.
What did you study? Air-cooled flat 4 engines or something? That's VW's air-cooled, not a liquid-cooled engine. Yeah. What did you study over there? Acting?
I was a philosophy major. My dad's a philosophy teacher.
Cool.
And so I kind of got the philosophy bug.
What kind of philosophy?
I don't know.
What kind?
I did Plato. I took my dad does like neo kind of theology, more theology, philosophy, like Aquinas and Augustine.
St. Augustine. Ooh, nice.
Wow.
Where
does he teach?
Fairfield University, Connecticut.
That's where you live. That's where you grew up. Yeah.
We want to talk to Brian, or do you want to talk to somebody else?
No,
all right.
We can talk to
Justin. Yeah.
Brian? No, we stopped to do this. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Brian?
Yeah.
What's up?
I'm reading the Confessions right now, strangely enough. So
I had a friend who was a philosophy major, but he was at CSUN, which is weird, like your philosophy major in Northridge somewhere.
They study like fortune cookies.
He just argued with me on everything I brought, and then I would give in to him, and then he would argue my point. They did a lot of arguing.
The reason I'm reading the Confessions, I believe it's the first big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. St. Augustine was clearly an alcoholic sex addict.
And
clearly.
yeah, definitely, yeah. When he was offered the woman to come in, and he was like beat her out.
Who's St. Augustine?
He's a bishop from like the 5th century who basically wrote the first sort of philosophical, theological treatment harkening back to Plato and just sort of creating a philosophy.
It's a good name for a micro
that
brew.
pertains to like
St. Augustine.
Yeah,
Catholicism.
Yeah.
But he created a just way of thinking.
St. Augustine's lager. Yeah, it's a good micro brew name. Drew, patent that, would you, or at least the
St.
registry?
Augustine's? I'm sure it's out there.
Okay, so
but he was a sex addict, and he had to overcome all that stuff, and he had it by going cold turkey. And becoming sort of a monastic kind of guy.
Well, you decided he was a sex addict, but everyone's a sex addict, right?
No, he complains. He all through the convention, always talking about how his problem with sex. His problem with sex, he couldn't get.
Did you like the lads or
no? I wondered if the confession was not a full confession, and maybe there was some of that in there.
Yeah,
but he only talks about the ladies.
But it may have been because when they brought in that woman, they hired basically a prostitute for him, right? And he beat her out of the room with it.
Oh, really?
Later. And once he gave it all up, but he had lots of kids.
Now, is this Herbie fully loaded, or is this you still talking about Augustine?
He was herpes.
Herpes.
Yeah,
herpes
he
loaded.
was upset with all the diseases he got.
Brian?
Yeah.
You're 18? What's up?
Hey. Oh, by the way, this Germany or Florida is pretty appropriate for the conversation.
Okay.
It's about a theologian who was unfortunately shot. So, yeah.
That sucks.
Here we go.
All right, a 42-year-old man was sentenced to 12 and a half years in prison for shooting a pastor to death on a street last August. The murder occurred shortly after the defendant ran over 2 bicyclists with a stolen car. The pastor followed him and convinced him to pull over, but when the theologian tried to call the police with his cell phone, the man opened fire with a stolen gun, hitting the victim twice in the head. The defendant, who was drunk at the time of the shooting, said his life had fallen apart because his wife wanted to leave him.
Yeah. All right. Germany or Florida? Well, you got the gun. Packing the gun feels Florida. Running over the bicyclist feels a little German.
Really? Because the bicyclists? Yeah.
Guys on bikes, you hit two of them.
What's the chances of that in Florida?
He's a theologian, too.
That's a part of Florida.
Theologian.
Maybe he's withholding from us.
Packing a cell phone. Phone.
Yes.
Yeah, wow.
Maybe there's something about the theologian this gentleman's withholding from us that would clue us in.
The fact that he hit him twice in the head, though, means he could shoot, you know?
Clearwater, and he's a Scientologist. I don't know.
I'm going Germany on this one.
No,
You're going Germany? Go Florida.
I'm going Georgia.
No, it's Germany or Florida.
Okay. Florida.
Florida. We got 2 Floridas and 1 Germany.
Here we go.
Brian?
Like usual, you are right.
Thank you. Thank you. To me, it was the accuracy, the 2 slugs in the head.
Yeah.
By the way, Adam,
and drunk. Yeah, that's a German.
Hey, Adam.
It's a German thing.
My girlfriend actually has a physiological advantage. Talking about all these negative things that our callers are having physically. She actually does not produce any body odor at all.
Your girlfriend?
Yeah. She.
Well, that's what you think because you love her.
Smell.
I got a whiff of her. Pass out.
My girlfriend doesn't either.
Deodorant or antiperspirant or anything like that, and it's actually I looked it up, and she doesn't produce any lipids, which I think odor-causing bacteria.
No, Brian. No.
It's also the name of the hyena.
She produces something. You just don't smell it. That's one thing. When people accommodate very rapidly to somebody they're around all the time, and you don't stop smelling their stuff.
Some people have a funk.
Some people produce very, very little, and that has to do with the kind of bacteria. It has to do with sebaceous gland function.
He's not a scientist. He's just an idiot with a computer.
That's right. Something called an apocrine gland. If you want to look this up, look up the apocrine glands and the kinds of bacteria that live on the skin.
That's a good name to trademark for a wine cooler.
Apocrine gland.
Yeah. Sign me up. Yeah. No, here's what we were talking about, Justin. We were just talking about, it's an interesting philosophical question. We need to scapegoat. Human beings need to scapegoat. And if a guy smells or a girl smells even, it's like, hey, slob, why don't you take a shower? Well, this guy never showered. You have to immediately start laying all this sort of negative hygiene things, or you get into the person's lifestyle. Look at him, a pig. You sweaty pig, or fat people are pigs and they're slobs or have some self-esteem. People that smell for the most part. People that smell for the most part. I'm not talking about hobos. I'm talking about the guy at the gym, the professional, the guys who you work with who got some funk going on. They smell, and they usually know they smell, and they oftentimes try to overcompensate by taking 2-3 showers a day and putting on extra deodorant and stuff. When you smell, you smell. And that's the thing. Now there's this much diet, and there's this much stress, and there's this much whatever. But smelly people smell. And I don't know why we need to punish them for it.
It's just like the ones that produce smelly gas, which you're not one.
Thank you. Although I had it working tonight.
Oh, occasionally you produce.
The gas is more related to cheating. It's not what you've been eating.
Well, it's you either can do it or you can't, and then you can have certain foods, certain people, different foods.
Well, there's
like Adam can rarely produce.
Rarely produce.
Are you being sarcastic? Really?
No, rarely. He produced lots of sound and lots of volume.
See, I wish I was that guy. I wish I could be that guy. I'm like silent and
the methane guy.
Yeah. It's tough on dates.
It sucks,
you know what I mean?
Just sitting on it is the worst, and you get the build up and it's
no, but and if you know you're bad, you can't do anything. But at least you guys know you're bad. Here's the thing about me. I'm good 95% of the time, so I get a false sense of confidence every once in a while. I'll try to squeak one out in a movie theater, and all of a sudden, that was the bad one. You know what I'm saying?
When you're bad, you're...
Yeah, but here's the whole thing. Your fart smell, it's just the bacteria you have in your belly, right?
Correct.
And your underarm smell, it's really just your glands and what you produce. It's you.
Yes.
It's not because you don't shower.
Well, it'd make it worse if you don't shower, just like if you eat horrible things that produce all the methane.
Most people shower.
Yeah.
I shower less. Drew, who showers less than me?
Nobody.
Who smells less than me?
Nobody.
So then how does it work?
It's your genes.
Thank you.
Is this a myth then, Drew? That because I have a friend who does that. I have a couple of friends who if you don't use a lot of soap, you don't use deodorant, you go for a certain amount of time, and then you just end up smelling kind of not good, but you don't produce as much body odor.
What about that, Drew? What about the oils and the essences?
Really? You may produce
stripping them away. Doesn't your body try to replenish that?
Your body may do a little bit of that, but you're not going to do away with smell by not showering.
Yeah.
You may do away with some of the need for bathing and things. The oils and the grease and that kind of stuff may sort of reach a sort of homeostasis.
Yeah.
But the smell part, we go to Europe sometime.
No. I was in Europe, and I was behind this Rasta guy that had a just helmet full of Rasta hair that just literally hadn't seen water since the late 60s. And I stood behind him in like the customs line or the passport line. It was one of those like 2-hour lines where you just stand behind a mountain of smell. This guy made a George Clinton smell like a stick up.
Who?
Yeah.
George Clinton has a bad odor?
Really?
Really?
Oh, well, close your eyes for a second and just picture George Clinton.
Well, yeah.
Just kind of picture him for a second. Now close those eyes. Now picture George Clinton, the Godfather of Soul or the whatever the hell he is.
Godfather
I was thinking of Bill Clinton's brother.
The Funk. No, that's a different one. Now picture the Godfather of Funk, George Clinton, the multicolored, huge hair.
Yeah.
Anytime you see the dreads, there's going to be a problem in the funk department. Then he's a large man.
Yeah,
now,
he's got like a whole ecosystem.
Oh my God. And just
the humanity. Oh.
Yeah. Now put yourself behind 3 of him in line for 2 hours. And yes, at a certain point, you're like, listen, dude, I don't care what your crappy religion tells you to do. I'm dying here. How about you hit a shower once in a while? Yeah?
Out of respect.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Drew, any of those religions where you don't have to shave and you never get a haircut and you just walk like the Hasidic Jews, they got 10 feet of fresh packed powder on top of their backs. The dandruff is just falling. Like, is it just me or is this just convenience that their religion says they got to hang out all day and not shower, never shave, and never do anything?
Ron Jeremy's not religious.
Oh, that is
and he
fun.
smells awful.
Ron Jeremy has a little...
I don't want to think about it.
Really? He looks like he would smell really good.
Oh, my.
It's a big surprise.
Erica?
Yes?
Oh, those poor ladies. They just got to be... Look, couldn't you just drug a bear and have him fall on top of me? We should get this over with. Really? Got to have Jeremy on top of me? Yeah, go ahead, Erica.
Hi. I haven't gotten my period for 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been on birth control for about...
Let me say this. It's the head. It's the head that holds the stink.
The hair.
The pits are bad, but it's the noggin.
It can be pretty bad. A special stink can be bad.
Big Hasidic Jew beard and a crazy
I've been eating all day and I feel
so
like
bad.
Vomiting now with all this
Ron
discussion.
Jeremy, he's got a big hirsute sort of...
Yeah. Well, let me say this. Bald guys don't bring too much funk with them.
Oh, yes, they do.
Well, that's if they're wrestling with you or something. But you don't stand behind a bald guy in line and go, funk.
Right.
No, the hair
is
in,
the hair's where your nose
like,
level. That's where your schnoz is.
Hair's like, oh, you've been smoking, dude, or you ate this, or you've been smoking weed.
Okay,
like
I'm going to barf now.
All right. Picture Jeremy, and that porn set gets hot during summer.
You brought Ron Jeremy in. That's my stomach just turned.
If you barf, it'll smell a lot like...
There you go. Picture Chatsworth in August.
Ron
Jeremy's
balls.
well-lubed Jeremy's going for a double
Can I just say this
on you.
Drew, Ron Jeremy's balls. Anything?
I don't normally have a delicate stomach, but tonight you've done it to me.
Erica?
Yes?
You're 19?
Yes.
What's up?
I haven't gotten my period for 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been on birth control for about 3 years now. And I
What are you taking?
Ortho tricycline low.
Okay. Have you had a pregnancy test recently?
Yeah, I've had like a couple of at-home pregnancy tests and the one at the clinic.
Okay.
And they all come out negative, but I wanted to know if it had anything to do with me smoking marijuana.
I can't say that it does. There would be a lot more pill dysfunction if pot had a significant effect on that, because a lot of people use that drug, and that doesn't seem to see. Although anything can affect the function of your pill, I'd be more inclined to think that it's the fact that it's the low dose triphasic that you're on that can be more likely to cause problems like lack of period.
What percentage of 20-year-old chicks or 19 to 25-year-old females in this country are on some pill form of birth control?
I don't know. No, it must be at least 50%, I would think.
Well, maybe not at least, but it's up there.
Let's say 50%.
Millions and millions.
Yes, millions and millions.
And the amount of them that smoke some weed.
Also millions and millions.
Right.
And the dysfunction of the pill is on the order of 0.03%.
Right.
So.
All right,
I think
so what should you do? Get it adjusted?
Yeah, you may want to go on the regular triphasic pill, not just the low. And talk to your doctor about that, okay?
Erica, where do you get your weed from?
Well, I get it from a friend, actually, that sells.
Oh, I see. They get it from someone who sells pot. I'll write that down because
That's bizarre.
I normally get it from I'm Amish guys dressed in Santa suits, but you get it from a pot dealer. I see.
How do you get from the ice
Amish
cream
guys in Santa suits.
Yeah, let me write that down. Pot dealer.
Actually, a good idea.
So I'll just write drug dealer. So that way,
makes it easy.
If you want to know where to get the coke or to get the heroin, you get it from the dealer. Right?
That makes sense.
Makes sense. Yeah. Here's my relationship with marijuana now. People give me pot, and my friends smoke it until it's gone. That's how it basically works.
Nice.
But, if you're going to entertain, you're going to be hip Hollywood like I am. You got to have some weed around the house. You know what I mean? People come by, they want to toke out. They want to know if I'm cool. And also, pot smells great now, Drew. Have you smelled any pot recently?
No.
Now, remember back, when you were scoring those dime bags of shake back in the days, you would have to bury your face inside. Like you do, I think you buy a bag of weed and you have to shove your face in. Like, the face you'd actually suffocate from inhaling the Ziploc bag it was in. Now, guy pops open his, his film case. You're on the other side of the room. It's like,
yeah,
what is skunk fart? What is that? What's going on in here? And then it's like, oh my God, I can smell that pot from down the street. You can't even really transport pot anymore. It
smells so much.
Remember when Be Real would come in and give me some weed?
Yeah.
I have to drive home with holding it outside of my car. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, be real from Cypress Hill.
Sure, yeah.
He would come in every once in a while.
I didn't know those guys smoked pot.
Oh.
You wouldn't think.
I know. You see, that's why you can't judge a book by its cover.
I thought hits from the bong was a metaphor.
No. Some of them, I don't think the entire band of marijuana addicts or smoke marijuana cigarettes. No, I don't.
Only on 420.
I don't. But I do know that the lead singer of the band, at least at this point in time, had marijuana.
I've flown with those guys before. And the moment they hit the ground,
God.
the moment they begin searching.
What percentage of their songs was about smoking pot? Would you? I would guess it was over 50.
Somewhere between 100 and 110%.
Yeah, 110.
Say a little over 100%.
Yeah. They had some nice power ballads.
They owe 10% pot songs.
You pay pot residuals?
They actually have to write 5 more pot-related songs. Yeah. Well, listen, go for what you know. That's all I'm saying. It's made them literally millionaires. They're laughing all the way to the park to score more weed.
Oh, boy, if they could just get back a portion of what they've spent.
Oh, Be Real has...
Have 3 more houses.
His pot is so pungent, so when he gives me pot, I don't know how I'm going to get it home. I'm going to have to create some sort of pot-proof little locker in order to transport it.
Bobo finally gave up pot. You could see, came to life again.
Bobo gave up pot?
I heard for a while. I don't know if he got treated or what. But.
Oh, really? Word on the street?
Yeah.
Bobo.
He'll be back. Yeah.
How does a guy named Bobo give up pot? That's
a hard thing to do. He might change his name, too.
Yeah. Did John.
All right, you ready to
take a break?
Back?
Yep.
Oh, take a break?
Yep.
All right.
This is interesting here.
Recently masturbated for first time, now doing it 8 times a day.
The Adam Carolla story.
This is Jeff.
I had called earlier and
Jeff?
Yeah, hey.
What's up?
Hey.
Hey. Is this Dr. Drew?
Yes, that is Dr. Drew.
So I don't know what to do about my problem.
All right, hold on.
I got bogus.
Now I got bogus too. Jeff.
You know what I think that was?
Your friend?
That was my brother.
Yeah.
Jeff, this is bogus.
Yeah, we can tell bogus.
Christian,
Right?
well done. He wants to be an actor.
You got nothing. He wants to be an actor.
You got to work on your technique, boy.
Keep your day job.
I want to talk about my problem. Come on, pal. You can do better than that.
Is this Christian?
I love you, though, Christian.
We've been trying so hard.
We made up 15 different songs.
And somehow
This is my girlfriend.
It was
bogus calls don't work.
Yeah.
They don't work.
I know.
All right, but it was
a novel idea though.
Yeah. So this is Justin's brother, Christian?
Yeah, how's it going?
Going good. It was going fine until that.
Well, I'm sorry.
That's all right. You did a fantastic job. We didn't know it was bogus until 3 syllables into it.
You got at least 3 syllables in. Yeah. Normally, 3 syllables.
All right. Jeff, may I suggest? No, I'm going to suggest Cynthia Seghetti's class over at Acme. They meet at the Highland Church over there on Sundays in the basement. It's a little, it's basic. It's who, what, where. Not only that, but,
I like it. Okay.
All right, thanks. You want to say hi or bye,
Fred.
Christian?
Well, hi and bye, I guess.
All right, try to refrain from having sex with Justin's obviously hot girlfriend.
She's very
until he gets back to the hotel.
She's very
and then you may.
Do you have any?
Take his time over there, and I'll do what I can.
All right.
Do you have any suggestions for bogus callers that may be interesting? I mean, like that. Obviously, that's a bad way to go. To be like, look, I have a problem. To like lay it out so directly. But
yeah.
Is there a way to
get around us? You got to really know how people would behave in certain. You got to understand real pathology. You have to have seen it. Maybe you saw a family member go through it or something, and then you got to act it out exactly. And you got to understand why somebody would call a radio station to discuss it.
Right. I mean, no, I'd say the biggest. Well, what are the two biggest red flags?
The biggest red flag for us is we don't feel it. So we don't have any affects attached to it.
How they sound, yeah. How it makes us feel.
2 is no question. Why did you call? I don't understand why you called.
They're just saying I have a problem.
No, their problem is, should I confront somebody, or what should I do? People don't call with that.
But it is no question with a proclamation of a question.
Yes.
Because we oftentimes have no question calls that aren't bogus. This is, I have a question,
distress calls,
but I don't have a question.
Yeah.
The bogus is, I'm going to ask you a question, but it's not.
Not a question.
All right. Justin Long is here with his brothers.
For instance, your brother's thing was, now I'm doing this 8 times a day. Normal question mark or help question mark.
Right.
No, not a question.
It's not. That's awesome.
All right,
Cred.
Well, it's nice to be validated every once in a while.
I love you, Cred.
Herbie Fully Loaded out this Wednesday, the 22nd of June. We'll take a quick break. Be right back after this.
Hello, this is your radio. LoveLine will be right back.
Everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. I'm funny. That's Dr. Drew over there. Justin Long is here tonight. Justin is going to be starring in Herbie Fully Loaded, which is seems like they've been. I've seen billboards,
hyping it for a while.
Seen billboards for this thing for
3 months, 4 months,
two and change. June,
a good week.
June 22nd, which is coming out this coming Wednesday. And what else you got going, Justin?
Oh, God. Where do I begin? My girlfriend and I were in a movie coming out in September called Waiting with Ryan Reynolds and Louis Guzman. I did the Mike Judge movie, Luke Wilson. About to start a movie with Vince Vaughn.
Wow.
And
cool.
Jennifer Aniston, yeah. So,
wow.
I'm playing a crazy redneck now in a movie with the guys who did Napoleon Dynamite. So I have this wonderful mustache. You can't see it. I wish you could. I wish you could all see this gorgeous mustache
hot.
I have.
It is hot. It's like he drank some cocoa.
Yeah.
It's a post-em stash.
Some dirt.
It is. No,
Dirty Sanchez.
It's a good look. It is a hot look. Yeah, and Ryan Reynolds, great guy.
He's a great guy.
Remember him, Drew?
No.
3 Guys Girl in a Pizza Place?
Yes. I do remember him.
That's Ryan Reynolds, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Good guy.
Am I right?
He's a good guy. Yeah, he was on that show.
Great guy. Yeah. All right, you ready, Drew?
Yep.
Let's talk to Chris, who's 23. Chris?
Yes.
What's up?
I actually have 2 things. 1, Adam Carolla, you're awesome.
Thank
2,
you.
Justin Long, you are an extremely talented actor. But
he knows. He was telling us during the break.
What's that?
Unique voice?
He has a very distinct voice.
Oh, thank you very much.
You did an audiobook for Stephen King.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you had any other plans on doing any more audiobook work.
This is a bogus call.
Really?
No,
I'm kidding. No, that's awesome. Thanks, man. Yeah, I would love to. That stuff's fun. You just kind of sit and do.
As soon as he's done working with Aniston and Vince Vaughn, he's going to go right back to the classics on audio.
No, I did.
Agents flying in. I mean, that's big money.
No, it was fun. I know you try to pull out all the. I like to do. I like to do impressions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do a couple for you if you like. No, but I remember.
Appreciate it.
No, but I remember just kind of doing, you have to read all the different characters, and it's fun to kind of...
Do you do them all? How does that? I've never... Drew gave me a book on cassette, but then I don't have a cassette in my car, so I don't listen to it.
You just sit down and read. You usually get like a couple paragraphs in, and they'll stop you if you kind of mess up on a word. Your mouth gets really dry.
Yeah.
And I remember the Stephen King...
Do you read the entire book in the studio?
Yeah. You just kind of read through it. It's fun.
How do they find you for that?
I had done... I don't know. I had done like a Judy Blume book or something like I'm going through puberty or one of those books, and I think from that, I don't know how I got it.
Is there just sort of I always wonder, like when Fabio was like the #1 model for Harlequin romances, and it's like I'm always like, you guys couldn't go to any junior college, just find a guy from the baseball team that looked good with a shirt off.
He cornered the market.
No, he does all the work. This guy, but why?
You know this business.
Well, go ahead and draw some muscles on the other guy. He does them all. He does them all. But maybe the audiobook world is that way too. Maybe it's just a very small list of people they choose from.
Well, those voiceovers, it's amazing. You find like a lot of people, even those car commercials, a lot of them are like Kiefer Sutherland and like Billy Crudup, and they're like kind of big. Like Donald Sutherland does a lot. They're like these big people who do like kind of tags, like welcome to Saab. Like,
I always hear like Richard Dreyfuss. Is he doing Honda?
Richard Dreyfuss.
Yeah, he does Honda, but
it's it's just cash.
Yeah, it's they call that no ID stuff, Drew. You don't have to put your name on it. You still make a ton of money, and people sort of know who you are on a subconscious level. I think that's why they like it, because it sounds familiar, but it's just sort of soothing that it sounds familiar, but you don't think Richard Dreyfuss when you think Honda.
Right.
Yes?
Yes.
It's kind of the equivalent to, Kevin Costner going to Japan and doing some sake commercial for $5 million.
The book's on tape, but there's no money. I mean, it's just kind of...
but it's cool.
It's cool. It's fun.
Gene Hackman do?
Hackman
he
does
Lowe's.
Yeah.
Oh, he does Lowe's. That's right.
Yeah.
True, no?
This is great stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome. This is gold. True. Drew, that's not for you. That's not your bag.
Drew, this is your field.
This is it, yeah.
All right. You ready to rock?
Yeah.
Drew, you'd like to do a book on cassette, right?
Sure. Yeah, I've been to that.
Well, you'll do your own book one day.
One day.
Have you done yours yet? No. But one day, right?
Yeah, and maybe when that day comes, you'll hear it.
I'll hear it. Drew's mad because I haven't read his book, but I explained to him I don't read. I believe it poisons the mind.
It's a sex book that you read?
No. Or a book about treating drug addicts.
Oh, it's no sex? No, I'm really not reading.
You should get Ted Levine. I'm fascinated by the guy from Silence of the Lambs. Put the lotion in the basket. That guy. You should get him to do
the thing. Yeah.
Drug addiction is a very difficult,
It also sounds like the teacher from South Park. I think, Drew, I could probably get. I could probably get Gilbert Godfrey to do your.
That'd be cool. Then you'd listen, like I'm saying.
Nicholas.
Yeah. Hey guys.
24.
Yeah, that's right. I'm calling from Davis.
I
have an experience.
Go Aggies.
Yeah, exactly.
Go college.
I have an experience with my current girlfriend and with an ex-girlfriend. I'm sure this is a common problem for listeners. When I'm going down, there's been bleeding, vaginal bleeding, and I've heard.
Sounds so chipper about this.
I'm fully erect right now.
For Dr. Drew,
I'm leathery, but I'm getting there.
To stress. Is that true?
Is it related to stress?
Could it be related to stress, or?
Yeah, it could be, but typically there are some women that just have bleedings stimulated by sexual arousal. Usually intercourse, not usually oral sex.
But
Maybe that's
too aggressive.
Whatever. But that's a common thing.
Take those puka shells off.
And if they're on the birth control pill,
you're really getting up in
some women, again, tend to have a little more what's called endometrial instability and maybe more prone to bleeding.
So, Drew, let me say this. You stop me if I'm wrong. You have those sort of mucosal surfaces down there, right?
Yes.
And when the woman gets stimulated, a lot of blood goes to that area, and this thing is it's sort of the difference between water resistant and waterproof.
Yes.
This is resistant, but it's not proof.
Right. So stuff may come leaking down.
Yeah. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is, you could get it wet, but don't wear it near the pool.
That's right.
That's the difference between water resistant and water. The vagina is blood resistant, but it's not blood proof.
And there's the endometrium sitting there, just the little tiny cervical os keeping it from the outside world. And if it's unstable or thickened, stuff just leaks through when you stimulate it or traumatize it.
Speaking of philosophy, was taking a nice walk around my neighborhood yesterday. Actually, walking the dog, and they're doing some big construction project, tearing off the top of a mountain, and they're working on Saturdays.
Why?
I don't know. They're doing something. I don't know what they're building.
Develop?
I have no. They're not developing something, but the city is doing something, and so they had those water trucks and backhoes and stuff. It's on the other side of the hill, but it's the dueling now. Meep, meep, meep. And it's awesome because I'm insane. I started timing them and figured out it was every second. But when you get 3 trucks all backing up simultaneously, and they're sort of, it's different directions, but it's dueling beeps. And if 1 truck is every second, then 3 trucks, well, you do the math. And I was just sort of standing on it, and I thought, it's a beautiful Saturday. I'm out walking my dog, but I'm sort of ruined because neep, neep, neep. And then I realized I can barely see the goddamn trucks from where I'm standing. I mean, it's literally, if I ran to dive under the back of one of those trucks, it would take a good 20-minute hike, and that's running like Papillon. It's running from those evil guys trying to shoot him with the spear guns. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like, ha! And I started going, I said, A, it's Saturday, and B, that I thought to myself, this is the top of a mountain. There's not a kid. There's not anyone playing ball. There's no streets. There's no kid going to go running across the thing chasing his Frisbee or anything. Like, can you shut the goddamn thing off if there's nobody around except for other construction workers nobody on foot, by the way.
OSHA.
There's nobody on foot. Here it is.
Law.
There's like 4 trucks. There's like, you got a skip loader, you got a backhoe, and you got a water truck, and no man is actually on terra firma. Everyone is behind the wheel, but it's beep, 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 beep. Everyone's just beeping away. And I thought, it's Saturday, really? And what does the distance have to be on this? Does it need to be 3 miles? And I start going ballistic. My wife says, like, okay, now you're ruined now. But I was like, how many of these beeps have I heard in my life? Several 100 million. Okay, how many times have I moved? 0. 700 beeps versus never moved. Most of the beeps I've heard from the safety of my own bed. Mostly in bed. Once in a while I'm up in the kitchen. I'm not usually up when I'm hearing the beeps because it's the garbage man. It's early in the morning. It's a garbage truck. But I realized the lion's share of the beeps I've heard have been from inside the goddamn house. I'm not even outside. Really? This is the society we want, everybody? Your Saturday's effed up by these trucks that are dueling miles away from you. What does the effective range of the beep have to be?
This is all OSHA.
I know, but if you can't get behind the vehicle that's going to back you over.
I have to have trash cans in every room in my office that say biohazardous material, even though I don't handle biohazardous material.
Wow. But is the idea, this may sound really dumb, is the idea that there be somebody within the vicinity of the truck backing up? Or
yeah, the
idea is there's
my Prius has it. I back up in my Prius.
Oh, now it's
in your car.
Yeah, and in the car. It's infuriating.
Yeah, so
if you don't wear a seatbelt,
not only that, but just what goes on inside of a car every time you open your car door and you're like talking to someone in the keys and ignition because you want to listen. It's like, do we need all that? Here's all I'm saying. Give us the option to shut it off.
Yeah.
Just, how fast, by the way, if I said, look, there's a switch in your car, you just go ahead and you punch that switch and it no longer has the thing with the beeps and the clangers, but you'd sprint to your car and dive on that button, would you not?
Immediately.
Oh, I just thought to myself, really, it's a weekend, it's the morning, I got 3 trucks going and there's nobody even close to it. Why do we need this? You're a philosophy major. Help me understand this. What can we do about it?
I think it's for us to appreciate the silence when it happens.
Oh.
Yeah, see.
You want to try that?
Evil and
During
good.
the break.
Let's do the silence on the air so other people can enjoy it.
Okay, let's go. Oh, that's not silent.
Oh, sorry.
All right, let's try it again. Okay. Justin, let's
concentrate.
Let's try silence again this time, see if you can handle, because you kind of ruined it with the slurping noise last time. All right, I'm gonna cue silence. I'm gonna give a silent
cue. Speaking of ruining silence, let's go.
Hold on a second, Weisenheimer. I'm gonna give a silent countdown on a silent cue. I'll do the 5, 4, and then the last 2 will be the finger. Well, hold on, Drew. Like in TV,
don't do it. I don't want to do silencing anymore.
No,
I'm not doing it.
All right, you
Slow
ready?
down.
You ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2. The giggles. We got to try it again. We got to do it again.
Silence is funny.
I got punchy. It was like, like when you're like at camp and you're 13, you're like, don't laugh. You can't, you get the giggles. All right, let's try it one more time. You ready? I'm going to cue silence in 5, 4. True, no.
You're giving me the giggles.
True. Go on, I'm getting punchy. Let's go. All right?
Okay.
This time.
Concentrate.
Yeah, let's just really focus now. I'm going to cue silence in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hello, this is your radio. LoveLine will be right back.
Yeah, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew over there. Justin Long here tonight from Herbie. Fully loaded.
Thanks.
Which is, we've decided in the movie department, the third.
Oh.
They did a Herbie. They did the first one. Then I think they must have done a second one. They've done TV shows and stuff, but this got to be the third or fourth. And
I think there's more than that.
Don't they make you research that?
They did.
Let me tell you, these actors are like.
I think it's number 12.
These actors
Like
are
radio
like.
guys?
No, they're like the athletes when Mike Ditka's their coach, and like, Coach, you played? You played college, though, right? No, I was all pro for 10 years in the NFL. Really? In the NFL? It's awesome when your team has no idea you actually played before. They're not. No, there's a weird thing. It's like we have race car drivers on the show all the time. Don't know much about cars.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just saying.
There's a whole NASCAR
true actor
element.
would watch the entire.
Yeah, you would think
Herbie series.
I tried to get into I play a mechanic. I tried to get into some of the mechanics of it, and they,
No, did you hang out with mechanics for a few months leading into the role?
I hung out with magic cars for a while, and it just to get into the vibe of it. But this is like a Disney movie. So finally, the director was like, I was like, is it a 3-inch wrench or a 4-inch wrench that you use to like adjust the carburetor? And the director was like,
who cares?
It's like a kid's movie about a magic car. Relax.
Yeah, they almost always use the wrong tool, and I'm the only one that ever bothered.
Because you're distracted.
That movie's so unrealistic.
Yeah, I stand up in the theater and start yelling, "Fake-o, fake out, Chippo!" I yell.
Never mind the car that like winks and smiles.
Go ahead, Drew. What do you got?
It's our last night with the iTunes giveaway. The first 10 callers that are 18 or older get an iTunes gift card valued at $99.
That's 99 songs. All right, you ready, Drew?
Let's talk to Betty, our caller who goes by Betty.
Yes. Betty?
Hello.
24?
Hi. Oh, my gosh. Okay.
What's up?
Hi, guys. I love you all. I was calling because I used to be, like, sexually compulsive, and I'm starting to, like, not be that way anymore. But it's hard because, like, I'll tell a guy, oh, I used to, like, hook up a lot really fast, so I don't want to do that with you. And somehow that gets translated to, okay, cool, so we can be in bed in, like, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And,
Don't bring that up with guys.
Yeah.
Do not bring that up.
Okay.
You know what that's like for the guy? I was just thinking about, when you go out and you're at the steak joint, you go, I'll have the prime rib. And they're like, oh, you want a center cut or an end cut? And you're going, give me an end cut. Give me some extra au jus on there, too. And they leave. And then a little extra horseradish. A creamy or regular? Give me the cream. Bring them both. And then 20 minutes later, the waitress, we're out of the prime
People love
rib.
that cut. They love it, but not for you.
So they come back and they go, we're out. We're out of it. And you just go, now I'm ruined.
Because Betty,
we got the salmon, though.
His thinking is, why not me? You would do this to me.
You can't do that to a guy. You can't talk about the prime rib and then say you're out of it.
That's
say you never had it. That's fine.
We have cheeseburgers.
Yeah, that's some weird fish. Yeah.
I have another question, too, to follow that up.
All right, so don't bring it up. Don't you know what, Drew? What's my saying?
More mystery, less history.
Yes. Do not bring up the past with guys. It screws them up. And don't bring up anything. Don't have any guys like, I had a guy who was into penis flogging for a while. It was cool, but it got old after about 8 months. And plus, it fractured my orbital socket, too. So I'm not into that anymore. It's like, I got to picture some guy, like, beating you with this.
What's the other question, Betty?
Okay, all right. Well, then if I like start dating a good guy, then
You lose interest.
Sabotage.
You lose interest.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or,
So
like,
what happened with your dad?
Like picks. Actually, I know that was the first question he's asked, but he's like really cool, and so the only thing I can trace it to is like he just worked like tons when I was little and was like never.
A little abandoning.
Also,
here's the other thing too. A lot of 24-year-old women
go through a phase, but this little drug addict stuff, a little bit of alcoholic thing. So is there?
Not in my direct family, but in all around it, like uncles and grandfathers and stuff.
I
like
think
that.
you may have got that gene going because this sounds like that.
Well, all uncles, to be fair, have to drink. I was disappointed when my sister had a couple of boys, but now I realize I got to hit the booze because you got to be the drunk. Everyone has a. Here's the deal: the pressure's on me because I'm the only brother.
Right.
It's just me and my sister.
So you got to be the abuser. You got to be the drunk.
Yeah, but first off, those kids aren't going to molest themselves. Yeah, I got to get
Someone's
over.
got to do it.
I got to get over there, and I got to get drunk. And now if we had a big family and there were 3 or 4 brothers, I'd be like, okay, listen, Steve, you go, Stu and Lou, you guys start drinking, you start molesting. I'm busy. I got a career over here. But now, what am I going to do? I'm the only brother.
Suck it up.
It's Uncle Adam, the guy. What do you want to say? Hey, no, I don't think he was attracted to me. He drank on occasion. No, you don't hear that. He was out of control, raging alcoholic.
Well, maybe if you stop calling your red wine your medicine.
What's my medicine?
I know.
The point
your
is,
angel.
The point is my muse, my medicines, my therapist. It's all rolled up into one. Yeah. Point is I'm going to have to get with the boozing and get with the molesting because that's just how the uncles go. Hey, I'm an uncle now. So when I was a brother, I didn't have to do anything.
Were you drinking when you were doing all this acting out?
No, that's the problem. I was totally sober. Yeah.
All right.
And no sexual abuse in your history?
No, that was the first thing I looked to. And initially I didn't start out that way, and I was like, oh, wow, this is like really fun.
Right,
and then I just...
Here's the thing. You're 24. You will grow out of this. Some have this more than others.
The alcohol tendency, though, will put some energy into this.
Yeah, there's just some women, though, that really... And you should be growing out of it at 24, but from 16 to 25, they're 23, they're like the bad boys.
Oh, yeah.
And you're always going to be a little bit into that.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Okay. Well, then with those good guys, how do I...
That's enough. Just find a guy you like and try not to sabotage it. And here's the deal. You're not going to marry the next guy you meet. See if you can find a guy who's good to you, who respects you, and see if you can hang in for 1 year before you F his friend and sabotage it.
Or how about...
And then the next one, see if you can make it to 16 months.
Split the difference. Not go with the guy that's super nice, but also not go for the guy you're super attracted to. Kind of...
Yeah.
In between. Somebody you are attracted to may not be perfect.
Yeah.
Nice guy, but a little bad boy guy, but yeah.
Right. Not a clean record, not a bunch of, a lot of misdemeanors, not felonies.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Brushes with the law.
Right.
Yes?
Yes.
Brushes. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
All right, guys, here's the deal. Looking to hook up? Call the Dateline. Sick of wasting time with the wrong person? Call the Dateline. 1 call's all you need to make. Call the Dateline.
1-877-889-DATE.
If you need help,
Call LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE-191.
Justin Long, want to thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you, guys. Can I do a quick shout out?
Sure.
Leaf, Carrie, Max, my baby Caitlin, Christian, who we all know.
Yeah.
That's pretty time of day.
Great artist, Christian.
Yeah.
What a talent.
That's been, wow.
He should be on stage right now.
Yeah.
Every moment that kid is not on stage is a waste of
lost humanity.
It's really a loss. He's a treasure.
We
got to get on. We got to have James Lipton speak to him immediately about his bogus phone calls. Brilliant.
Greatest prank phone caller ever.
Bad Religion, the the brains of Bad Religion will be in here tomorrow night. And then Foo Fighters and the Donnas there this week. Herbie, Fully Loaded, everyone, coming out this Wednesday. And until next time, it's Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo. I get the feeling if Kelsey heard music coming from a small object, she'd try to pry it open and let the band out.
This has been LoveLine. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for LoveLine is Ann Ingold. LoveLine is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.